Feeling good.
So what we're going to talk about now is where is the best price to get in. And the biggest number one thing that I see people do is that they see a coin go up and they just pile in. They don't look at any technicals. It's because their mate Dave has told them, and all of a sudden they end up upside down. They're sitting on losses, and they might be 50% loss or whatever it is, and then they sell out of the coin, and then they've got to make 100% on a different coin to make up for the loss that they've already got, where really sometimes patience in good coins will pay you dividend in the long term. So I bought Ethereum in January at a very good price, and 44 folded my portfolio just on that one coin. So huge didn't even get in at the ICO stage, or even the cheaper prices. I had a friend who got in that I coach. He got 6,000 shares, him and his brother. At the biggest point, that delivered $2.2 million. They didn't sell one coin. They weren't interested. They're waiting for the 4-figure Ethereum to appear, and then they will sell. So wise move, but think about sometimes the longer term game as well. So if you are sitting on a loss, sometimes check out the coin. What is the potential? Where will it come back? We already know that Ethereum here has already set a benchmark with this particular spike here, so we know we can get back up there. So if you're sitting on a loss, you might just have to wait for it to come back up. So what we're going to look at is Fibonacci. Now this is used by all the big traders. So if we go up the top here with these 3 lines, click on it and look for Fibonacci retracement. Now he was a very clever mathematician, and he worked out these retracement levels, and these are used by all the big traders. So these are quite important to use. Now what we can see, a lot of the technical analysis I've done recently, what I'm seeing is there's quite a few coins that retrace within this area. So something like Civic has. And I'm seeing some other coins that have had very huge spikes trade back towards this area, so losing 60 to 70%. Now what we're going to do now is just have a look at the trading channel. So we're going to go click at the top here, click on rectangle, and then just draw some lines here. There we go, just get it spot on. So you can quite clearly see, so I held Ethereum, sold out, and these, I think it's back here actually, sold out. There's a bit of a bull trap, noticed that, so sold out, come back in. I've recently bought back in roughly around about here. Not the optimum, you're never going to get the absolute top and bottom of every price, but what we can see is there is a channel started to appear, and this is where I like to do day trading. So when the channel comes, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, and it just gives you a good variance of that you can trade quite nicely. Done this with quite a few coins with Stratis, done that loads with Stratis recently. £100 a time, just quick in and out trades. Very nice. So it's another way. Don't do a lot of day trading, but if I do see these channels appearing, so I'll see the one down, the one up, and then I'll buy in on the second dip generally. So what we'll do now is we'll have a look at, we know Ethereum's a good coin, but on the technical side, what is my risk reward if I was to buy back in, which I already have. So what we're going to do now is look at the long position. So we click on that, we click here, let's just make that a bit smaller. So what we need to do is we drag that down to this line here. So it's right back to the beginning of where that big price move started. And then we get this one and we drag it right to the top. There we go. So what this does, it will work out your risk reward ratio. So if I went back in at this price, this would be my risk reward ratio. So we're looking at 1.95. That's okay. Personally I look for 3. 3 is my optimum, but 2 is good. Especially with a coin like Ethereum, where I know it's going to do more. I'm quite happy with that sort of ratio. Now what we can do as a little bit of a, just to play around, is that if you bought on the trade line, so let's take that down, so we're going to have to pull this one up a little bit, and we drag that down. So let's say you bought right on the button there, that one goes there, and that one goes there. Now it's 3.4. That's what I like. I know that I got back in on 3, so if I just drag that up a little bit, drag this down, and then it will tell me where I got in. Hopefully 2.9. Yeah, because I indicated it was about there. So 2.93 is where I favourably look for. And just in that trading window alone, you know that when we moved it up to this point, it was 1.88, and just just buying that a little bit earlier gives you that threefold, which is ideally what you're looking for. But hopefully this gives you a little bit of an overview of where to buy back in on a coin. And I would say if it's trading in this channel and you buy back in and it's got some decent highs and the coin has got plenty of potential, so there's loads out there. We know Ethereum, if it was a Litecoin, if Bitcoin had done this, or a 10x or one of the others, we know that there's plenty more in the pipeline to come, and this would be a great point to buy in. So hopefully that gives you a bit of understanding of where to buy back in, and also some understanding of why I bought back into Ethereum at that price, because obviously now if the price goes up, I don't really get any more on my ICOs, but if I decide to sell any Ethereum, obviously I can make some profit there. So hopefully that was helpful in terms of understanding where to buy in. So what I want to quickly do here is just go through the same process again, but with a different coin, because obviously I told you that I'm noticing patterns where some are dropping into the 50-60 and some into the 60-70. So this is one that's dropping into the 50-60. So we're just going to go through the same process again. So we will click on this box, Fibonacci, click on it. There we go. Click there. Now we get our rectangle. Click on it here, and you can see perfectly, this is the indication here. Move that across. We'd seen it drop down a little bit, but what we're seeing is it's trading. It's going up and then down and up and then down within these trading channels. Been very tempted to trade Civic, but it is actually one of my long-term holds, so I've tried not to and just sit on it for a long time, because this will go in excess of, I reckon, a couple of dollars at least. Not this year, but definitely next year, in terms of a long-term hold. Once this gets picked up by certain governments for maybe, I think, the way it's designed, you could have people voting from home, especially the younger generation where they're on their phone all the time. This would be an absolute perfect option. If that gets adopted, this will absolutely go through the roof. That's why it's one of my long-term holds. But as we can see here, really what I wanted to demonstrate was that not all coins will drop into the 60-70% bracket, that some will actually trade within these brackets here. But it's important to look at these tops and these bottoms and you can see how they're trading within that trading channel. Now again, you can look at your risk reward on the long position here. I'm going to bang it on the line. Risk reward, it probably won't be a great one on this one just because of where it is. So it's 1 for 1 pretty much on this one. But saying that, if it did drop into these further channels, then we can have a quick look at what that would be, and then we drop that one down. So let's move that up a little bit. So if you're watching Civic, if it does end up going to this 70%, and you could set a potential buy just above, I always do just above, because that way you always get in. And then we take that to the top. Again, over 3. That's what I like to see. So I won't buy any more Civic until it either dropped and I could buy some more, or I'll sit on the rather large holding that I currently have and wait for the long term. So hopefully that just gives you a bit of an idea of, one, where the trading channels appear, not only just to look 60-70 all the time, but actually look for the pattern, because don't try and bend the trend. You can't make the trend is the trend is your friend. So you just need to find at which level and at which retracement level that is at. And then you'll see people buying in. If it breaks and it goes right through, then you would expect it to go down to the 78% level. But in this case, it's not. It's bounced off the line. It's gone through there once, bounced off the line 2, bounced off the line 3. That's a good sign. 3 bounces and then hopefully a bit of a step up there.
If you liked today's video, please leave a like or a comment. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, or check out the new ICO Discount Club website, where you can check out all the new ICOs, great discounts, and also prize giveaways. As always, I hope you got great value out of today's video, and I'll catch you on the next one soon.